Well, there we are. What a great day to be alive.
We're back.
We're back.
Back in person.
Have we been
in the
away?
studio? Yes, we have. Let me just get in position, mate. I did have a briefing earlier and had to move around a little
You
bit.
shuffled to the right for a briefing.
I did, yeah.
Now you're letting people know that
Am
we
I
recorded
better?
the shows out of order now.
Am I better?
I don't know. What do you mean by better?
Am I in the middle?
Yeah, you're seemingly close to the middle.
Yeah, okay.
Near enough's good enough. It's great to have your company, Stephen.
There we go.
And we have been away. You're right. Where were we? Samsung?
You've been away.
No,
we were
no.
away together in San Francisco, yes.
We've been away
And
from
then
the
you went
studio.
off on your Formula One jaunt in Melbourne.
Yeah, jaunt is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
That's correct, yeah.
You did
And
a bit
now
of
we're
work,
back.
though. You did a bit of work down there.
We did a bit of work, yeah, and it was good fun. But we're back now, and, we're ready to go. I'm fired up.
You were fired up when I arrived because nothing was working, is that right?
It's been a...
And don't
technically-
talk to Trevor if he's in that sort of mood because he got to get that stuff right.
Oh, well, we were on a time deadline too.
Oh,
You'd
I
come here
was
early
on the time deadline,
with the effort. We were going to try and get a couple of things done by a certain period.
And
So I
we
was
did.
nervous that we weren't going to get it done.
We know we got there, mate.
I got it
We
fixed
got
in
there.
time. But we have, with apologies to those people on YouTube, the two-shot is a little tighter than normal because there's been some issues.
There's been some issues with the studio
with
here
the lights. So
Yeah.
we're in repair mode.
So sorry if you're feeling too close to us on the two shot.
Yeah, it actually does feel close, I'll be honest. But
Very
anyway,
intimate.
It's
Yeah.
weird how it's only like, a small dial back, but
Yeah.
makes a difference.
It's one f-stop back, is it, mate?
I don't know if it's an f-stop, but
F-stop. It's
it's a millimetre.
yeah.
It's a certain amount of millimetres of
Yes.
zoom, I think is how you measure. Millimetres is how you measure zoom, isn't it?
That's correct, yeah.
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 Okay, fair enough. You got
I
anything
believe.
else?
No, it's just...
How's the honeymooning couple? They back? They're back to their normal life?
They've gone back to Broome, yeah. Back in
Aw.
Broome, yeah. They're all good.
Oh, how romantic.
Yeah.
They're back to their normal life.
Yeah, that's it now.
Good times.
Next thing we've got waiting for Hayley to have Hayley and James to have their baby in June.
I mentioned to you before, it's been shared now, a photo on Instagram that Sarah Arbo announced
Yes, I heard.
on
Yeah.
the morning of
Congratulations,
that
Sarah.
we're recording, that Sarah's pregnant.
Wow.
And you said, she said, how far along is she? And I said, she said this morning halfway. And you said, well, I mean, Hayley's halfway.
She's more than halfway. She's popped right out, yeah.
Yeah, and she's definitely showing.
She's just
Sarah
on
did shared a photo on Instagram. She's genuinely showing,
Yeah.
and she's been hiding that baby bump in the studio
Really?
for a while.
Okay.
It's one of those things. As a man, you're not allowed to ask these questions, but
That just looks like she had a big lunch. It looks like.
I was literally about to ask Amanda whether like big jackets were in, because I felt like Sarah had been wearing these bigger jackets for basically the last month. And mate, something stopped me from asking Amanda yesterday, and then this morning, Sarah announced she was pregnant.
Wow.
I've got no proof that I picked
you
it.
sensed something.
I had no proof that I picked it, but I picked it. She's glowing.
And when's she due?
I don't know. It's probably published somewhere, but
If she's halfway, she'd
so
be June,
it'll
July,
be-
though. July then.
Is that what
July-ish.
you would assume? Okay.
Well, Hayley's just over halfway, and she's June 12.
Right.
Yeah.
So, probably July, yeah.
Wow.
How exciting.
How and
baby in the Today
some
Show
other
family.
friends and colleagues too also announcing
Tegan and Alex. I
Tegan,
think I mentioned that.
and
in the
also
private show.
our friend Maddie and her husband.
yes,
Maddie
yes.
is having they're having a boy.
Congratulations, Maddie.
Congrats.
That's going to be a tall baby.
Yeah, they're both tall themselves. Yeah.
Remember
Her husband,
we
what's
met
her
her husband
husband's name?
Harrison.
Harry. Yeah. We play golf.
I don't know that he goes by Harry, but anyway.
Yeah.
We play golf, and it's like, geez, could these? And I see family photos of them like on Instagram, and I go,
Everyone's tall.
I know Maddie, and she's tall, and then you go,
Yeah.
they're all taller.
Yeah.
I would never want to meet that family. I'd be like, hi, everyone.
They're having a boy. Yeah, he'll be 7 foot tall.
How you going? Everyone good up there?
Yeah, we're like that actually. We're pretty tall. Like for my family are pretty tall, but we go home.
Poor Joe.
Go to Malta. Right, all our relatives are all shorter.
How'd that happen?
I don't know. I remember one of my cousins sort of in Maltese said to me, he goes, geez, the air in Australia must be good. Then other we grew up in Australia, so we're taller.
Wow. I wonder if there's any environmental
Well,
factor in that.
my dad was taller than your average. Like Maltese are normally short,
Right.
but my dad was pretty tall. Plus, all my cousins are very tall as well. On my dad's side, are very tall.
Right,
Yeah.
so it's your dad's side.
Yeah,
where
my
it comes
dad's
from.
side's pumped up our height. Yeah,
Yeah, well, it's
and then
also,
my mum's side's given us a good hair, mate.
It's also
you get your hair from your mum.
It's also paternal in your family too, because Joe,
right.
not tall.
Yeah, Joe's petite. Aaron's as tall as me. Aaron's probably just maybe like a millimetre taller than me.
Is he?
Yeah.
Do you have a measure off?
No, I think we're about the same height. We're the same shoe size. We take the same
You're
shoe
shrinking.
size.
I'm shrinking. We shrink as we get older, don't we? Is that a real thing?
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah.
My mum seems so much shorter now than she ever did. But it's because, you get when you get older and bigger and you're like, where's my little mum, little mum. And also all the kids are taller than her now.
My mum and Aaron had birthdays last week too, same day.
Oh,
so shout out to Doris and Aaron. They had the birthdays on the same day. And they got the same wedding anniversary too now as well.
That's crazy amazing.
Yeah.
Did they know February that when 20th. They said it?
No. Because they said, it's going to be on the 20th.
If you think about
that's my parents' anniversary.
There's no way. I do know my mum and dad's wedding anniversary, but I just don't think the average, because I know because it was the day before Dad died, but I don't think the average person knows their parents' or grandparents' wedding anniversary.
No, but you'd know your
parents. There's no way.
You know your parents. My kids, do your kids know your wedding anniversary?
It's New
my
Year's
kids know mine.
It's not rocket science for us, right?
My kids know mine and Joe's.
I think it would be a less than 5% of people know their grandparents' wedding anniversary.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but your parents, it'd be your mate.
So Aaron and Sam picked a date.
February the 20th.
Got the order of service here, mate. Look at that.
There you go. Boom.
There we go.
Oh, you still kept it. Good on you.
I kept it.
Yeah. Feb 20.
It's lovely. It's a lovely little order. Yeah. Is that what it's called? Order of service?
Yeah. I think so. But
they
picked the date, which was a Friday.
And then boom, it was
and then I think, what a coincidence. It's mum and dad's anniversary as well.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
It's a lovely little...
I did make mention of the fact too that
you did
during my speech that Aaron was actually wearing the same cufflinks that my dad wore, and that I wore, and then my brothers wore, and my nephew wore on our wedding days, which is the cufflinks that my mother gifted my dad for the wedding.
Yeah, right.
To say here.
And the best thing about the story was for Aaron was it's his initials.
AF, correct.
Because your dad's initials
Albert
were the
Fennick
same.
and Aaron Fennick, yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. He was very proud, Aaron.
That's awesome.
As was I.
Oh, proud dad. All right, well, less being proud and more being ready for this.
Welcome to Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Not a bad price.
With Trevor Long from EFTM.com.
Really handy device.
And Stephen Fennick from techguide.com.au.
Great to have your company, episode 723 of Two Blokes Talking Tech here. Thanks to the great people at Netgear and Arlo. If you need home networking, Netgear's got you covered, folks. And if you're looking for home security, the people you go to is Arlo. Very, very simple, and we'll tell you more about them as we get along. Now, there's been a little bit of a story bubbling over the last year, and it's piped its head up again this week. And this is going back, feels like 12 months ago. Vodafone came out with this whole Telstra's been deceiving us with their coverage maps claim. And they basically said that Telstra had been overestimating their coverage because the way they measure coverage is using non-standard equipment. So they're basically saying you've got to have a special antenna to receive that coverage. So the gripe is that Telstra publishes a map that says this town has this much mobile coverage, but actually it might be a bit less, and that could impact Telstra's numbers in terms of square kilometres of coverage by like the size of New South Wales.
Yeah, so TPG was the company that came up with that accused Telstra that they were overcooking their coverage.
Yep.
And then they produced shots of like the device. It was like an external antenna, and
they were making it out like it was quite a deceptive conduct. So I honestly haven't heard anything about the story until this week. But actually, the ACMA, the Australian Communications Media Authority, have been working on this with the industry. So there's been working groups with all the telcos and whatnot to determine how we go forward with this. How do we map telco coverage in the future? And the ACMA put out a paper and they asked for submissions. My number one gripe here is, who knew? Did you know that they were asking for submissions? Did you? I didn't. The problem is these government organisations say we're having an inquiry and we'd like public submissions. And what they actually get are industry submissions. Yeah. So I looked at all the submissions this morning. There's maybe 15. maybe.
Really?
And they're from Telstra, Optus, TPG, etc. And from an ambulance group and from people that are affected, from networking people. And I think there's one or two that seem essentially private, maybe three. And one of them was from a group up in the upper mid Blue Mountains, talking about a certain problem with a certain area up there, and their gripe over that. Another one was from a guy who knew how they do it in the UK, and we should do the same thing the UK do. All this kind of stuff. Well, but in the end, I just don't think that it represents the community in the same way that a public submissions would. Anyway, leaving that aside.
Yeah, but you know what? Before you go on, like this whole issue, it really surprises me that there wasn't something like this in place already. Like this is a really
standard,
highly regulated part of the business, right? I can't believe that they didn't say, okay, well, if you're going to be publishing coverage maps and trying to, like a customer would look at that and make it possibly a decision to go to that telco over that telco.
Yeah.
Why wasn't there standards in place? Like you've got to use this. Yes. This is your measurement.
It's mad. And it's a good observation, and that's what they're rectifying now. So they're rectifying, and I'm not going to read from anything because it's all far too technical and confusing. But the bottom line is there's a measurement of coverage in decibels, right? Yeah. It's like a -112, -115, -95. There's all these signal strength measurements, right? Yeah. And the ACMA is proposing that there be essentially 4 levels, like a yes, a maybe, a no, a yes, a some, a maybe, and a no.
And nothing.
Call it that, right? Yeah. And Telstra's like, that's not a bad idea, but we think you should, measure it this way. TPG and Optus, certainly TPG, because they're very vocal about it, are saying, guys, let's just have like yes or no, or yes, no, and maybe in the middle.
Yeah.
Keep it simple, because what Vodafone in their submission, and look, in their submission, they found a couple of towns that they went to and they measured it with normal mobile phones, and they found that there was a big gap in between these two towns, whereas Telstra's map showed that there was coverage. No. Now, Telstra's map may show coverage for a device that has the ability to pick that up. It may be a different device. I don't know. I do err on the side of TPG here because I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're Aaron, when he was planning that big trip, and you're going, okay, well, we're going to travel between these two places tomorrow, and we need to get medical results. We want to be on the phone, right? Yep. We're going to check the map, and the map shows that you got coverage all the way. Yeah. What if you don't? What if you're in the car and therefore your phone doesn't? Shouldn't it be? Shouldn't it be absolute guarantee of coverage, and anything you get outside of the map is a good thing. It's a win that you did get coverage where there isn't coverage. Yeah. No, Telstra says no. Telstra says we should show you where it's likely and possible you'll get coverage.
Likely and possible, not definite.
Those are not their words, but that's broadly what they're
where there is some signal, not
in the right circumstance, which may not mean it need an external antenna. It may just need to be that you're outside of your car.
So it sounds to me like though Telstra want, even if it's like half of a bar coverage, means that there's coverage.
Correct.
Okay. Yes. So whereas Vodafone or TPG is sort of arguing, well, it's either good, bad, or not.
If you can't guarantee the coverage, let's not tell them you can get it.
Yeah.
And Telstra also argue in their defence that they have spent a lot of money on additional network features. So remember they did a test with Ericsson showing that they could amplify a mobile phone signal over like 100 kilometres or something. Yep. And then they've apparently put additional things on their network that does allow for amplification of the signal at this, -115 signal strength. They're saying that they have invested heavily, so why shouldn't they get the benefit of that? But in the end, what Telstra's really worried about is having to change their ads that say, we've got you covered in 98.99% of the country.
Isn't that in population. The past we've seen whenever there's some claim made, there's usually like a court challenge or something by the other telcos. You can't say that. You can't say that. And
that's why.
So this is right in that ballpark.
That's essentially why Vodafone's having this challenge. They're pushing this.
What have they got to lose, mate? What are they're thinking? Well, because they did this coincides with. Do you remember their big regional push as well
with Optus?
Yeah. So this coincides with all those. Absolutely. They did a massive GAD campaign, which was really good. So this is. People could use this information to determine which network they go with.
Yeah, I think this is really tough for the ACMA. And what I understand in just speaking to someone from Telstra moments ago was if the ACMA rule essentially in TPG's favour, let's call it that, it's probably the easiest way to work it out, it's quite likely that Telstra will publish a coverage map in accordance with the ACMA rules and
they'll
then
be vastly different.
and then publish a second map, which shows their additional coverage areas.
So okay.
The question then is, which one are they allowed to advertise?
Exactly.
Which one are they allowed to put on a billboard?
Again, I'm astonished that ACMA or one of the other bodies that run the mobile, the telco space.
Oh, it's ACMA.
Well, I'm surprised this already wasn't okay. We've all got to be singing off the same hymn sheet here. We've got to be. There has to be a standard
and the
to
problem,
measure it by.
The problem for the telcos is, and again, Telstra's argument is, there's no standard to the networks that are built. Yeah, they're built with the same sort of towers and certain frequencies allocated. But if Telstra has in any way invested in additional network infrastructure that does amplify coverage in any way, shape or form, shouldn't they be able to take advantage of that in their mapping and advertising?
For sure. Well, if you go onto the trouble of building it and doing that and maintaining it, then
let's be clear,
take credit for it.
Telstra won't become the third best network as a result of any change. They'll always be the number one.
Yeah.
But what they want is to maintain their margin.
Yeah.
But I just think it's sad that such an important conversation is happening and the public don't know about it.
Yeah.
They didn't have any chance to submit or talk to the ACMA about it, because who's engaged in that kind of thing?
Yeah, I guess not many people. But isn't it going to be a sort of moot point in a few years once everyone's got satellite coverage?
Well, I think
that's something that's going to change everything?
That's another concern that comes into it, is what perception does any sort of direct-to-cell or direct-to-mobile coverage have? Because right now I'm confident that the reason we don't have an extensive use of direct-to-mobile satellite coverage is because of our universal service obligations and 000 obligations. You can't allow someone to be in Timbuktu on the Udnadata track in a satellite-only area where they're showing signal if they can't call 000. It would... If Telstra, because remember, Telstra has a deal with Starlink. Telstra has enabled SMSing in those areas.
Yes.
So in the middle of nowhere, if you're in an emergency, you can send a text to a friend or family member and say, can you please call 000? This is where I am.
Yeah.
You cannot engage with emergency services, which goes back to our conversation a few weeks ago of what is the government doing about upgrading the emergency bloody services to ensure that we actually have a modern system. Why can't I WhatsApp 000? We should be able to use every possible messaging.
Absolutely, yeah.
We should be able to use iMessage, RCS, text message.
Should all lead to one spot.
WhatsApp. And
make it easier.
All of that should allow 000 to have the best possible information.
Yeah. But I suppose it depends on the phone you've got. Isn't there some phones that have the emergency SOS, like the latest iPhones and Galaxies?
And that's a separate system altogether. Remember that when you use Apple's emergency SOS and you're communicating with emergency services, it's going to a third party who are then contacting emergency services on your behalf.
Better than nothing.
Now, obviously, they have a direct line and they're doing it well and everything. But
of course.
Yeah, I think this is just a really fascinating little debate that's going on behind closed doors. It is open, but it's part of behind closed doors because we don't know about it and no one asked us to make a submission. But
does it suggest to you, though, the customers probably, networks, let's face it, the networks are pretty good.
They're all great.
And like how they're a lot more reliable, and mate, even where I live, where my Vodafone coverage is usually scratchy, it's been rock solid last few months or however long. Is that now just a given that everyone just assumes that all the networks are pretty good and there's no real one between the other?
You think about all the people you've taken on the radio who want to change telcos and stuff. Listen, some people are just rusted on and never going to change. And those people also, I did this on TikTok at the end of last year, and I got so much grief for people that didn't understand that when I'm saying use Boost Mobile, I'm saying you get the full Telstra network, you idiots.
Yeah.
Not rocket science, but people disbelieve that full Telstra network is a thing. And even if there's a mining site that's privately got its own Telstra antenna, which is not used by the Boost network, how many people are on that mining site, for Christ's sake? What are we talking about? And we are talking about fringe coverage here. We're talking about the outer edges of the network that Telstra is trying to take claim to. So I'm torn.
And also TPG's trying to take claim to too, because they've had a big
I'm
increase.
torn because Telstra is trying to retain a claim to network area that no one else has. Optus and Vodafone just definitely don't have it.
Right.
And you got to respect the fact that they have invested a lot in those areas.
I bet. Yeah.
But you've also got to respect that Optus and Vodafone are going, guys, come on, let's make this a bit more competitive. Let's actually make this work for regional Australia. And I think that if regional Australians truly understood what was going on, it'd be a different thing.
Yeah, because the message you get from people living, like, and we talk to them on Monday nights on GB, you get a lot of calls from the country and stuff.
Yep.
And the assumption is, well, only Telstra will work out there.
That's right.
And that's been that way for so long. And Telstra, of course, are happy to maintain that thought as well, that attitude.
That's, of course, what they want.
But Vodafone, well, TPG and Optus, though, have other thoughts. That's kind of why they're challenging them at every point now, aren't they?
I mean, that's
it's a competitive
whole modus
market,
operandi is to prove that they have got not as good, but they have a lot better coverage than people perceive. Yeah. They're trying to battle
the perception is Telstra's way ahead of the others,
and they are ahead.
Yeah,
it's a question of
maybe
by how
not
much,
as far as people think.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
That's the real question that will be turned on its head. And look, Telstra's got a lot of money, right? If they buy into this, or they have to buy into this, and then they publish a separate map, the big question is, do they win any legal battle to use their map for coverage? Like, you know, it's always the fine print, right? So what's to say they don't say, we've got you covered, 99.4% of the population, asterisk, if
you've got an iPhone 17
measured
above.
at minus 117 dB signal strength. Like, what's to say they don't just have to put that stupid little fine print in, and they can keep going. They can keep going with their coverage claims
I think
as they are.
ACMA needs to make a ruling, mate. They've got to standardise it. Everyone's got to be level playing field, and then measure it from there.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. It's a debate that rages, and there are you can read all the submissions if you want to get nerdy into it at the ACMA website. But I would think most people probably not going to do that.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
Well, there's been a massive change this week in Australia.
What is it? I don't think I've noticed.
And no, you haven't noticed? Are you sure? There'll be maybe a lot of our listeners and viewers may have noticed this.
Okay.
You need to now prove that you're over 18 to access porn sites in Australia.
Oh, well, I wouldn't notice that.
If you have rocked up to Pornhub,
but for the purposes of reseson, I'm logging on now.
I've been researching all week.
So okay.
So it's this new code that's been introduced, and any site that offers pornographic material anyone who views that site within Australia now has to prove that they're over 18, and the methods offered for that would be similar to what was
they're pretty much the same as the social media, aren't they?
So you take a selfie or upload a government ID,
use a credit card.
Yep, they're the three most popular. And if you're willing to do that, and I understand there may be some people nervous that, are they going to keep my information? Are they going to keep my photo? The messages from the sites are no. They're kind of using the same technology basically.
Right.
That say, as soon as this is done, it'll be destroyed and everything like that. So if you're dead keen to jump on, you got to now. It's not just a matter of
I just checked another site and it's working fine.
the two buttons that used to appear. Yep. I'm over 18. I'm not over 18. I'm under 18.
Hang on. I'm just for the purpose of research. I clicked in a category and then I clicked on a video and I thought, well, this is working fine. Yeah. I was going to duck off, but it just then comes up access restricted to adults only. Verify your age.
Right. Can I inquire as to is it Pornhub or?
No, well, that's what I thought because you told me before we were recording, we were discussing how to delicately discuss this.
Yes.
You said to me, and this is what happened when I went to Pornhub, which is the number 15 biggest website in Australia.
It is, just after Tech Guide and EFTM.
It says, are you over 18 or not? You say yes, and then you just basically get bikini models. You don't get what you would normally consider. Material. I understand to be the normal
there's
material.
The company, I think it's called ALO, the company in Canada that controls Pornhub, RedTube, all the major porn sites.
Sorry, mate. Can you just look at this camera for a second?
They've now blocked any new accounts being created. I think even if you do have an account, why would you need an account? It's a free site. Don't point that at me.
I just want to get your selfie. It's just an age verification,
Get
mate.
out of town.
It's an age verification.
Okay.
That's all.
All right. Mate, you look older than me.
Move closer. How much closer do you want me verifying? Well, I hope it lets me in.
Yeah.
Just for research purposes.
Research purposes
Verification error.
Oi.
Face was not detected as live.
Mind if you do it again. Yeah, do it again.
That's wild.
Try again, mate.
Face was you talk.
But like with those ALO, I think is a Canadian company. I think that's their name. They said that their 4 major sites include Pornhub. I think not YouTube. They've got Tube 8. So
let's not advertise
the company ALO, right? So Pornhub, RedTube, YouPorn,
I've been
and
verified.
Tube 8 have now blocked all visitors from the site. Now, my question is, why they're the 15th most popular site in Australia?
Yeah.
Aren't they costing themselves money?
Definitely.
Why are they doing that?
Okay.
Is it a sort of a gesture to the government to say, well, we're not agreeing with this new age restricted material codes?
So it's interesting because they definitely lose money, right?
Yeah.
And users. So just for, again, research purposes, I've verified my face.
Yep.
And now it says save your verification for next time. You enter an email address or skip registration. So, and it says age verification will be required on your next visit. So I'm like, okay.
So each time you go back.
Skip. And it's, yep.
So unless you create an account.
We're good to go here. Okay. Okay.
Unless you create an account.
That's working fine.
That's it. I'm out of the contest. Unless you create an account, you're going to have to do that every time.
Every single time.
Right.
Yeah.
So the sites could now use this as a way to get you as an account holder.
Which is partly, I guess, what they want.
Well, but having an account doesn't necessarily mean they're going to have your credit card details or anything like that. So I think
how does this affect subscription sites?
Yeah,
with people.
You mean like
earning,
OnlyFans?
Yeah,
and
okay.
Like
Yep, that's fine.
Well, but I think OnlyFans requires a credit card.
Well, yeah, you got to pay, don't you?
So you need to register a credit card.
So surely their numbers are going up.
Would have to, yeah. So it's. And look, there's no shortage, and it's funny how after 35 years of the internet, we've suddenly decided that hang on, we need to have only over. You got to prove you're over 18.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've broadly discussed it before and gone, well, when we were kids, if you were trying to sneak into a news agency, and I wasn't trying to sneak Playboy or Penthouse, I was just trying to get Picture magazine, like you would get a stern look from the bloke behind the counter, but if you bought a copy of Motor and Wheels at the same time, he'd slip it in the middle and you'd be off to go, right? But why? This is my thing.
Yeah.
Why should this be publicly accessible content?
Yeah. Well, it's
explicit pornography.
Why should it be on the internet?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying? Well,
why shouldn't
look?
Why shouldn't Harry have to work his way around? Like, I'm not saying kids are going to work their way around. Yeah. Just like with alcohol, cigarettes, and nudie magazines when we were kids, you just get your older brother to get it, or you get whatever. Yeah. Like, okay, we got access, but shouldn't we always have those hoops to jump through?
Yeah.
Just so that you know that.
Are you saying this should have been in sooner?
This should have been in 1995.
Yeah, it should have been in 35 years ago. Exactly right.
Who's complaining about this?
I'd say maybe 16-year-olds.
and I bet you it's privacy advocates. It's a breach of privacy.
The proof of age now involving either picture ID or credit card. They're all saying, well, who's to say that's going to breach my privacy? I don't want to know who I am or whatever. So, if you don't want to do it, then you're not going to be looking at that particular website. Now, I'd hazard a guess that there are millions of porn sites on the internet that aren't going to all uphold this kind of registration, right?
Mm.
So, and I don't know what penalties there are if a site just ignores it, just lets them in willy nilly. What are the penalties? Can you enforce it? Like, is this going to promote people using VPNs to show they're not in Australia, so they can just get in without having to do any of this? I think the e-safety commissioner was saying the other day in this story, she was sort of quoted as saying that we don't let kids walk into bottle shops and bars and adult stores, so why should the online spaces be any different? And she's got a point.
No, she does.
And you got your kids. Your son Harry's under 18, so you don't want to make it easy for him to sort of stumble upon that material. You want him to have some sort of safeguard. But
I'm
does
not
it
an
also?
Idiot. I know what teenage boys do.
Yeah.
I used to be one.
Yeah.
And while I don't remember everything we did back then, I know that if we couldn't do something, we'd find a way around to get to it, or we'd move on. But it's putting those hurdles in place that creates the conversation, either mentally or verbally, with either mates or whatever, that says how or why or what. And I mean, I just unless a privacy advocate is going to tell me a better way of doing it.
Yeah. No, that's right. No, well,
all these people that think these face scans are being stored for data retention purposes, come on. Nah. Also, I've just been to one website, I've scanned my face and I've been asked to put in an email address. Dude, create a separate Gmail account called My Porn Addiction and just use that for that purpose only. And then there's no link to you.
Yeah. And look, it's... People are going to say, well, you know, freedom of speech, whatever it is, and you should be. If you're over 18, then good luck to you. You're allowed to look at this stuff. But the fact the internet requires you now to prove that you're over 18. If you had an existing account, and again, I don't know why you'd have an account on those sites with a credit card attached, then you've already passed. But I'd say 99% of people who visit these sites, they're free, easily accessible, are now thinking, oh, I wonder if they're still visiting or willing to show.
What? It'll probably help a bunch of people shake the addiction. A lot of people have an addiction to porn. Absolutely. A lot of people talk about it.
Yeah.
And so for some people, it'll probably help them.
Maybe. Yeah. Or they'll just share their selfie and get on with it. So
I think most people begrudgingly, and they listen. This is the thing. No one's going to talk about it. They're not going to go, I just created an account. It was easy.
Yeah.
Unless you're maybe with your mates, that's all you do. But honestly, just create a new email account with someone else's name, just a made up name.
Does this part of our...
Just so you know, when I go to the Virgin Australia Lounge in Sydney and try and connect to the Wi-Fi, it says, what's your name, your email address? I put Donald J. Trump, DJT at whitehouse.org. Like, I don't ever put my own details for giggles more than anything, because I like to think that someone at somewhere is looking through the list and going, wait, Elon Musk was here?
Fred Farkin, I put in mind. Fred Farkin at Gmail. If there's a real Fred Farkin at Gmail, he's getting a lot of emails.
Yeah. Anyone the person that has me at me.com, sorry about that.
Sorry, mate. But look, is this like with the social media ban for under 16s? That was that's a bit more of a subjective ban, because people like us don't agree with it, and I feel, and you would agree, that it's kind of taken a bit of the responsibility off the parent. So the government's assuming that parental responsibility.
Yeah, but
is this similar to that? Should it be your job to protect young Harry and get on all his devices, put parental controls from seeing that sort of stuff?
So, yes, it's partly my job. It's my job to hope that he, has a wherewithal to understand what he's watching and what it is and all that kind of stuff. But also as a parent, I shouldn't have to be the police for the content itself. My mum never had to, walk into the newsagents and tell them what she wanted me to do. She just assumed that it was limited and it was difficult to get. Yeah. When you go to Video Easy, they wouldn't rent adult video to a 13-year-old kid.
Yeah, of course not. Yeah.
Like this is not new.
Yeah.
Like, what's the issue? That's what I'm getting at.
No, I just think, it's the ease at which you can find porn on the internet.
And that's
been the case for 30 years.
Yes.
You can easily find porn. You can go on X and look at hardcore pornography.
I've never seen
on
it there,
X.
Honestly.
Or it's there.
I must have a different side of that.
It is there. And so do you have to prove you're 18 because the guidelines show that it's not just for porn sites, it's also for games. If it's an R-rated game, an online game.
I know that Xbox have been working on their age verification, because I got that pop-up
It's also app stores where 18 plus apps can be downloaded.
Yeah.
Search engines where you can, if you're not logged into an account. Social media that allows pornography, which is X. That's allowed. Like Instagram and Meta, like Meta doesn't allow that, but X, Elon Musk doesn't have an issue with it.
Just quietly, just to put the knife into Meta once again, Meta doesn't allow nudity on Instagram, but every time I see nudity on Instagram, because I'm a pain in the ass for you, I report it.
Yeah.
Because
what nudity do you see on Instagram?
Like you see...
the girls with the bottles.
They do some stupid thing where they're just exposing a nipple or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, sorry, quick look. Okay, good. And then report.
How you like it first, and then
report sexual content. And every single time I've done that, it's come back going, no, it didn't breach our guidelines.
Yeah. They're hopeless.
No one real is looking at that. Because if a real person looked at that, they go, I can see what's going on here.
I can see that. Yeah, I know. It's, mate, don't get me started on
Meta.
The community guidelines, because they can imitate websites and pages, and they go, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
So but I understand where you come from with that. But in terms of, if chicken and corn is your bag, then you got to prove you're 18.
Nothing wrong with that. You're allowed. Yeah. It's all
if
good.
You're over 18. You're well within your rights to view this sort of material.
Create an email account.
Good luck to you.
Take the selfie. Put the email in.
Yeah, but that's a good idea. Have the Gmail. Just have your little Gmail. Like, don't make it trevorlong@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Just make it Trevor's.
The fact is,
Trevor's naughty
you've
sites.
clearly got a dirty little secret already. Well, you may as well have it in a dirty little secret email address.
Yeah, I don't think it's something. Yeah, look, it's a very private matter. Looking at this stuff, if that's what you're into, right? But if there's nothing, if you're over 18, it's not illegal.
That's right.
It's a perfectly legal thing to do as long as you're over 18.
Simple as that, folks.
And now you got to prove that you're over 18.
Yeah, and luckily Stephen definitely looks over 18.
Definitely past it. Yes.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
Two Blokes Talking Tech is proudly supported by Arlo. And if you haven't got cameras at your place, why not? You should get into them now.
Cool.
And Arlo, great place to start. I think people are becoming more aware. More and more people are realising, A, that the products are there, but also, B, it's actually quite easy to get started. And Arlo has a range of cameras, from essential outdoor cameras to pan and tilt cameras, wired floodlight cameras, wired doorbells, video doorbells as well. So there's a wide range of products to choose from. And they also have security plans as well that extend the quality, the use of those devices and make them smarter. So you get smart notifications, a lot of safety features as well, and you get up to 30 days of storage in the cloud. We highly recommend Arlo, obviously not just for their products, but also the secure plans also complete the picture. Having them also too allows you, and a couple of times today while we're here recording, I was able to communicate with people at my door. I was able to monitor my home and see what's what.
Just walked straight out of one podcast and took a call. It's unbelievable.
There it is. And so, if you haven't started, or if you already have maybe some products, you can always add to them. Arlo has a wide family of products for you to get started. The most recent being the pan and tilt cameras, which can send you notifications, as they all can, but also the pan and tilt cameras, don't they do a great job of tracking? If there's something in the video, it tracks them really well. So if you've got a really wide space to cover, the Arlo Essential Pan and Tilt outdoor camera, and they've got an indoor version as well, can help you. You can check all the range and security plans at arlo.com.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
All right, we got our hands on, as you've been able to see in the wide shot, we've got our hands on the MacBook Neo. Now, we actually have all the colours here, so we could use the top down, Stephen, and show the.
So these are out. We're recording on the 11th of March. These are out today.
Correct. So I think everyone knows what silver is. So let's just show the three other colours.
Well, that's the wide shot's got silver. I've got the silver one.
Your citrus, your blush, and your indigo, which is blue as hell.
That's my favourite. I wish I'd have got that one. They sent me the silver.
How is this indigo?
Isn't indigo like a bluey sort of colour?
It's a purple.
Is it?
Yeah.
That looks blue to me.
It's insane. Now, I quite
like that one.
I've already factory reset those two, so I can't show you this. But my favourite feature of all is really crazy.
Is the desktop?
No. Yeah. Firstly, the desktop.
It says Mac, doesn't it?
Well, no. So you're talking about the colour of the desktop, right?
Yes.
So that's one thing.
Matchy.
I'll go to the top down so you can see that's there.
Matches.
But in Finder, your folders are also citrus coloured.
Ah.
So on yours, which is silver.
Oh, they are too.
Yeah. And so on this one, they're like a green. In the pink one, they're pink. And on the indigo one, they're purple. On yours, they're
blue. They're standard
blue.
They're
normal, yeah?
Yeah.
So I just think that is a wildly simple little tweak.
Little touch.
I haven't used a coloured iMac since the latest Mac OS. I wonder whether it's in the coloured iMacs as well.
Is there the blue iMac MacBook Pro? Does that do that? MacBook Air?
No, maybe.
It does not.
I'm just talking about the iMacs.
No, I've got the iMacs. No, they don't.
and you've got the latest version.
The latest version of the software.
I just think that is such a cool little
It's
thing.
a nice little touch, but the keyboard's sort of matched to that's got a tinge to it, whereas the silver one, which is my one here, the keys are white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, they're not backlit,
No.
which I don't really care about, to be honest.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. Here's what does bother me. Not having Touch ID.
Yeah, so bring yours over
So
further.
I've got the two. They sent me the 256 gig, which doesn't have the Touch ID.
They sent me the 512 with the Touch
And
ID.
so that is a real nuisance. It's worth the extra. Is it extra $200?
$200.
So $200 you get extra storage and also the Touch ID.
Yeah.
I think
It's
worth
a pretty wild
every day of the week.
thing
It's
to
that
leave
200.
behind. How much is that button costing them?
Oh, mate, that should have been standard on all of them.
It's a wild thing to leave
why
aside.
that was separated from the.
How do we
entry.
get people to upgrade to the storage? Let's take the Touch ID button out.
Maybe.
That's
But-
amazing to me.
And interestingly, $8.99, remarkable price. And I did it.
You know what? Did I flick through your video? Yeah, and you used the word remarkable a bit, and
Yeah.
so did I.
Yeah.
Because it's the word
Yeah.
that comes to mind.
And I also did a bit of a comparison. I went on the JB site and Harvey's and looked around at like what laptops, PC laptops around that price were. And I had to be careful because there were a lot of
Discounted.
$8.99 that are discounted from $1,400 or something. So they obviously have better specs.
Well, on
Yeah.
JB Hi-Fi, and I wrote this in
Yeah.
my review, there's 180 different Windows laptops.
Yeah.
8 of them are cheaper than this.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Eight
only.
out of 180.
Yeah, right. Because you're getting into the Chromebook, sort of just the edge of the
Yes.
Chromebook territory.
Yeah.
And
So
then
Windows
into-
laptops
yeah.
alone, there
Yeah.
are only 8 that are
And
cheaper than this.
The ones that were similar in price, I noticed that a lot of them had bigger screens. So a lot of the Windows had 15-inch screens, but lower resolution. They were only full HD, whereas this is higher than that. Others also had more ports. That's where Apple, you've
Yep.
only got a USB 3. The USB 3's towards the back, USB 2's at the front.
Yep.
And you've got to use them for charging as well. You can connect an external monitor, and it would do it, but obviously not Thunderbolt.
No one buying a MacBook
Yeah, of
Neo
course,
is
of course.
caring about a.
But
external
but in terms of comparing them, like the other Windows laptops have things like memory card slots, more USB ports, battery comparison though. Battery life, the MacBook Neo would beat them. Resolution of the Retina display, they would beat them as well. Performance. I'm surprised that it's the A18 Pro.
This is an iPhone 16 Pro.
So it really says, I said in my review, it just goes to show how powerful that chip is for a phone, let alone for a computer. It's running a 13-inch screen, full keyboard, full version of Mac OS Tahoe too. I thought that they would have had the light version because they never, in the lead up and the release, they never made any mention. They just said Mac OS. They never said Tahoe. So I was wondering whether it's going to be like a light version of that. You know how there's Windows 11 Lite and you get the Pro version?
Yeah.
I was thinking, well, have they done that? Well, they know. They've got the full version in there.
Look, once I used it, understood it, played with it and thought, this is such a good laptop. I went, okay, I'm downloading Adobe Creative Cloud. So I downloaded Premiere, Audition, and a few other things.
On the Neo, yeah.
And I downloaded, I had my Valtteri Bottas interview from last week, and I added some motion graphics to it, so like proper Adobe Premiere motion graphics, and I exported it. And I did the same thing on the Mac Studio. Now, on the Mac Studio, which is an M3 Ultra chip, on the Mac Studio, exact same file, 7-minute video. It came up saying it was going to take 3 hours, and in the end, it took 2 minutes. It just quickly went through it. This one, it said it's going to take like 54 hours, and then it went down to 5 hours, and then it stuck. After about 2.5 minutes, I'm like, oh, this looks good. I plugged it into power. And I don't know whether I just looked at the same time or whether that gave it a boost, but it went right. Woof, and it took 11 minutes.
Wow.
This computer, I was able to edit a full HD 7-minute video with motion graphics rendering, rendered and exported in 11 minutes.
That's pretty good.
Now, mate.
That's remarkable.
I think about Amanda, right? Amanda makes, I went to take my glasses off, they weren't even on. Amanda makes social media videos and things, right? She's got an old MacBook, like when they just called it a MacBook, it was pink. It's like wedge shaped. It's old.
Yeah.
And I keep saying I'll get you a new laptop. So I don't need one. It's fine. I don't need it. She doesn't need it. This will be perfect because even if she's using iMovie or Premiere Pro, she's making 1 or 2 minute videos.
Yeah.
She's not.
iMovie's preloaded.
She's got nothing to compare it to.
Yeah.
She's got nothing to compare it to. I'm sitting here trying to compare it to a Mac Studio.
Yeah.
I legitimately thought it would either fail to run Premiere Pro or it would just never export. It would take forever.
Yeah.
I'm blown away. I could use this.
I have been using it. I've been writing on it and using it. Like my workflow is mainly writing, editing the odd photo, streaming, uploading.
Yeah. Streaming, speakers, sound isn't as good as it might be.
The quality of the experience.
2 little speakers.
2 speakers instead of 4.
Yeah.
Not a deal breaker at this price. So, yeah.
Mate, it's $899. I repeat what we said last week. It's cheaper than their cheapest iPhone, which we're about to talk about.
Isn't that weird? Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
Wow. Unbelievable. But you know what? It's now, and in my video and in my review, it's like when people they want a phone, but they want an iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as long as it's an iPhone, because you can for $999 you can get a really good Android phone.
Yes.
But people want an iPhone. They just want an Apple iPhone. And the same is for this. I think there's a lot of customers out there who had to settle for a Windows laptop because that's all they could afford. That's all changed now. And I said in my review too that one of its best features is the fact that it's a Mac.
Spot on.
That's what people are looking for. Because, hardware, software, all made by Apple. For a lot of customers in that sub 1,000 category, that's the very first time they're going to experience something like that.
Yeah. And, the back-to-school laptop is unbelievable.
Students, if this isn't the best-selling educational laptop in the next 6 months.
I think what we said last week is this will be the best-selling laptop in the world.
I'd say so.
And because if the Air currently is, this will take it.
Let's be clear. I reckon this would meet the needs of 80% of the population.
I think more.
Yeah. Would easily get by with this. Yeah.
I think it's a spectacular product.
I need the Touch ID though, mate. I've been spoiled with the Touch ID. I don't want to. I just hit the space bar. It came on just with the space bar. It woke up. It woke up with a space bar.
Yeah, well, you've got
that's a lock key.
If you're really built into the ecosystem, then you could unlock with your Apple Watch.
Yeah, true that. Yeah, you're true.
So that'd be my tip.
Yeah.
But who's buying an $899 laptop that's also got an Apple Watch?
Yeah, maybe.
So, look,
the Apple Watch costs as much as the laptop.
If my kids got angry at me for not having Touch ID, I'd be like, type your password, you lazy bugger.
Yeah.
You're just massively used to having. The thing is,
instant.
I have Touch ID here in the studio, but over at my desk, I don't have Touch ID. So I'm quite used to typing my password.
You don't have a Mac keyboard on your thing?
No.
Okay.
I use a really nice.
I highly recommend
clicky keyboard.
Yeah, clicky one.
I want to make sound,
Okay, clickety clack. Clickety clack. That's true. Wants to be heard.
I just can't imagine how this isn't. I mean, I'll call it now. This could be product of the year.
Absolutely. And you know what? I'm really surprised it's taken Apple this long to do that.
Yeah, and I do wonder if it's a technical achievement or a moral decision. Did they decide at the board to go, right, let's start targeting the sub 1,000? Because all they've got to do is get some sales data and go, well, hang on a minute, $2 trillion is spent. I'm making it up.
We're missing out.
Let's get 5% of it, and they might end up getting 20%. Or did they finally achieve something technically that allowed it all to work together?
Well, I reckon it's the chip. I reckon, and in my briefing, I asked the question of like this is a phone chip that's never been used to run Mac OS before. It's run iOS before, but Mac OS, I understand, would be a bigger task to run it. And that's when I found out actually in that briefing that it was in fact the full version of Mac OS Tahoe. So same version that would run on the Mac Neo would run on your Mac Studio as well.
Crazy to think.
That again just adds to the credentials of this computer, and it really is going to disrupt that category. Total disruption.
It hasn't happened
in that
yet.
Category.
We haven't seen an initial reaction, but I think it's because they're all scrambling.
Well, Look, I think it's funny how this is cheaper than the iPhone 17e, right? But isn't the same thing happening in the phone space? Like that's what surprised me. Surprised me that they don't have even cheaper iPhone.
Well,
is that the next step?
Let's move to iPhone. And remember that one of the stats I got last year, I think it was from Samsung, was that 54 or 52% of all phones sold in Australia are under $700.
Wow! So nearly half of more than half.
More than half. That's a lot. Yeah. That's a lot of phones,
big market,
right?
Yeah.
So again, why is Apple not in that market? That's insane.
Yeah.
And
up until now, before the Neo, like you and I in particular, thought how Apple just can't do that. They can't make a cheap product.
It can't.
Yeah, they can't.
But it turns out it's a won't.
Or won't. Well, that's right. But I think Apple were just so premium, and everything they make is so premium and design focused, and it's just impossible to be cheap.
So that takes me to the iPhone 17e, right? So it looks the same as the 16e. And then before we get to this product, let's just stay on that mode and go, okay, I think this can only go on another year before they have to add a camera. It's insane that this only has one camera. So fast forward a year and go two cameras on the 18e, right?
Yep.
Do you have an iPhone Neo with no number? With one camera, plastic body, coloured. Go back to the 5C style.
Yeah, match it. Yeah, why not?
And you bring it in at $599.
Wow, that would be an absolute blockbuster.
It would absolutely blow a lot of people out of the water.
So it won't be aluminium. It'll have the single camera. Promote this to two cameras.
Yeah.
Well, it's game over then, mate. It's game over because Android sales would halve.
Yeah.
Because
for the same reason as a lot of parents are not getting their kids iPhones because they're expensive.
Exactly right, and also too the reason why there's going to be a lot less sub 1,000 iPhone laptop sales too as a result.
Zoomed in, that pink is real. I don't even think the camera will show it. It's that soft.
Yeah, it is very soft.
That it's hard to see. It's a very hard colour to see. Let's put it with the white so that you can just
see the
sense,
difference.
right?
There. Yeah, it's very.
But
subtle.
it is legitimately. It's probably
subtle.
for whatever you're seeing. If you're watching the YouTube version, it's slightly pinker than what you're seeing.
Pink one's on
say.
top, by the way. Yeah, pink one's on top.
Look, it's a great product. The pink one's the only one I've turned on and set up, but it is an iPhone. It runs every app. It just doesn't have zoom. It has 2x zoom.
You had no Face ID on that one?
No.
Because you haven't set it up properly.
Just demo phones. It has MagSafe. Big tick.
Yeah.
Massive tick.
So you reckon a $599 phone, no MagSafe, one camera, made of plastic, maybe a same size screen, perhaps a touch smaller.
With a notch, running an A18 or 19.
But I said in my MacBook Neo review too, I said the release of the Neo, it just clarified their range even better. Do you reckon? It clarified it. So Neo, entry, MacBook Air, mid, Pro.
But that's why I think the iPhone range lacks the lower end. Remember, the SE used to be a $749 product. So the fact that they're now ignoring the sub $999 market, leaving aside the fact that you can get a 16E for $799.
Yes, but while stocks last, but
but you remember they keep pumping them out. Are they going to?
Because
that's not. It says on the Apple website. It says when you do the compare thing, it says at third parties or other retailers. It doesn't say at Apple.
So is that just?
I think they'll keep making it,
but not sell it through Apple.
Correct. Remember they did that for years their answer with a lot of other things.
Well, is that a first? Have they done that before? Like just release stuff for the channel, not for their own themselves?
It's happened before with models that have been phased out. Like when you go to the 15, the 14 Pros might stay on sale, but the 14 doesn't. Okay. That goes to channels.
But does Apple keep making it and just supply the channel though, or do they just while stocks last?
I think they do.
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So that'll give them. Interesting that. Why don't they just sort of take credit for that? Why don't they sell it? And say, okay,
I don't know
16E's now $799.
I don't know that for a fact. And
no, I heard it for a fact in my briefing. They said it was.
I'm saying I don't know for a fact that they do keep producing it and supply it to the channels, or whether they've just got 50,000 of things left that they're going to sell. Right?
Yeah, right.
And we'll never find out because Apple don't talk.
Does the fact that
shout out to the good people at Apple who do listen to the show. I know you're listening.
Like I've seen the 16E, but discounted. You see it like JB, it's discounted.
Yes.
So that's not the new price. That's just a discount price.
Yes, but it's
so
the
does
new
that
price.
mean
it's
that
not going to stay there. It's not going to go back up, is it?
Yeah, but if it's there, if that becomes the price, then we know it's here to stay. If it's just discounted,
well,
to me, that's a while stocks last scenario.
Discounted, it can only stay discounted under Australian consumer law for so long. So after 2 weeks or something, they have to choose the real price.
So then it might revert to that.
It might stay at $799, and they don't have to say it's until stocks last. They just sell out. That's what happens.
Right.
But again, this is a faultless phone. There's nothing wrong with this other than the fact that it doesn't have zoom.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally the only problem.
Yeah, it's got the 48 megapixel fusion camera.
And the reason my daughter won't use it is because she can't do 0.5 selfies.
Wow, are they that important?
They are that important.
Wow.
Yep. They will walk up to each other with the 0.5 lens on and do that, snipe each other.
Oh.
Yeah. It happens all the time. It's a Snapchat thing.
Is that right?
Yep. So my daughter will just crazy, like with baseball or something, she'll just come up to me and go like this.
And so that's close enough.
And then take like.
Oh, that's good, mate. Like flattering angle.
Like look at this, right? It's a shocking angle. Like,
and that's the angle they offer.
That's what they put on Snapchat when they're sniping each other.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's crazy. Oh. But that's why she won't use this.
Tell your daughter she's disrupting the phone category, mate. Just get off that.
I got to tell you, I do like the soft pink. I'm a big fan of the soft pink.
Yeah, you can pull that off, mate. You can. It's like when people wear
soft pink.
It's like when people wear a pink shirt. Not everyone pulls it off.
Not everyone can get away with it.
Not everyone can pull
Little
it off.
Harry looked good in pink when he was
really?
like just a toddler. Looked real good in pink.
You thought he was a girl, did you?
Handsome little man. No, just pink worked.
Good luck to him, mate.
Anyway, look, it's a great product. $999. My tip. Get the 16E.
Get the
$799.
Yeah.
I'm not
what's
freaking
the
out about
the processor,
MagSafe.
MagSafe, that's it.
You're not going to notice the processor.
Yeah.
It will, obviously, when you get to iOS 30, there's going to be a conversation about 16E versus 17E support, perhaps, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to lose a year of support by buying the 16E brand new now.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
So a year of software upgrades.
Yep.
But other than that, mate, it's MagSafe. It's the only real difference. And that doesn't stress me at all.
Absolutely not.
I just need to send this person a message saying I'm recording because it's Channel 9, sorry.
Oh, really? Yeah. We know where Trevor's priorities lie. But I don't mind the black. Is that what it's called? Black or some trendy name they've got for it? Black, white and pink.
It's black, white and soft pink.
Soft pink.
Yeah.
Have you noticed there's less colours this year? Was there more colours in the E? 16E
no, the E was
four.
just black and white last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 16E was just black and white.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Because it appears to me that there are less colours of things. Like the
Neo is available in more colours than any other laptop.
The iMac had 6 colours, 7 colours?
iMac just doesn't feel like it's a well-supported product by Apple.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of been... It's forgotten little stepchild now, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. Poor thing.
Yeah.
All right. Let us know what you think, folks. iPhone 17e on sale now.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
Two Blokes Talking Tech brought to you by the great people at Netgear. And if you want to upgrade your Wi-Fi, Netgear's got you covered with Wi-Fi 7 available on a range of their products, from their mobile Nighthawk router through their Nighthawk range of home routers through to their Orbi systems. Wi-Fi 7's there for you. If you're buying the latest products, not the iPhone 17e, it doesn't have Wi-Fi 7, but most modern smartphones and laptops will come with Wi-Fi 7. If they don't now, they will next year. And this is about future-proofing your home, so that when you buy the fastest internet from the NBN or your service provider, that internet speed is available throughout your whole home. There's no point creating congestion in your home when, frankly, the Wi-Fi can be the number one problem in your home's network. So get the best Wi-Fi with Netgear Orbi, get the speeds you're paying for across your whole home, and be happy and satisfied that everyone in your home can stream everything you want when you want, and you can get that from Netgear. And you can find out more at netgear.com.au.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
All right, so it's been a couple of weeks of the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra. You published your review earlier this week. You'll see mine later this week. This is a beautiful phone. I don't really think it is ridiculously different, better / amazing compared to the S25.
No.
But I'm utterly in love with privacy mode.
Privacy display is very nice.
It's unbelievable.
If you're a resolution nerd,
no,
you're gonna say, well, you lose pixels.
You do.
Which is
you literally lose 50% of the pixels.
You lose your bit of resolution. But I think
brightness.
You're only going to use this.
A notification just came through.
Yeah,
no,
Stephen
can't read
black.
that.
Yeah, I did see it was from Channel 9.
No, it wasn't. It was from Jolly.
No, honestly, it was just a black little space. But I think, privacy display, amazing. Resolution takes a little bit of a hit. So if would you have privacy display on to cover up what you're watching?
Nah, that's insane. But I guess on a bus you might.
Unless you're watching a bit of porn.
What? On TikTok, if you don't want people seeing all your TikToks, not a bad thing.
Although it's not noticeably worse resolution, because you got to remember. You got to remember though, right? Go to your display. By default, it's not at its highest resolution.
I never turn it up.
If you go to your full resolution, then turn privacy display on, your resolution is going to be better.
Yeah.
So that look, but apart from that, same screen, apart from the privacy display.
Yep.
Same battery size.
Yep.
A lot of things are the same.
The camera is improved, but do you notice it?
Well,
a little.
I had a side-by-side. I took a shot out of my hotel window.
It was a night photo. Looked good.
Yeah, and you could tell the difference slightly of the two of them, and the S25 sort of a bit grayer than the S26.
some 100 times zoom photos I took in Melbourne from the apartment, but they're all the same.
Yeah, nothing's changed there.
It's remarkable. It's not real. It's a bit weird. It's funny, but mate, the camera's amazing. I don't know what more you could expect from it.
Yeah, exactly right. AI too. I think the Now Nudge. Have you turned that on? You know what? It didn't work most of the time for me. Like I got a lot of messages with dates and stuff in it, and the calendar, the automatic things that were shown to us in the demo.
Yeah,
they didn't rise to the surface all the time.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah,
if that needs to be turned on, I didn't turn it on.
No, mine's on.
I think it's on.
I think it's on by default.
I was just going to say, because if that's a feature, it should be on by default.
Yeah, it is on by default.
How do you turn it on?
There's a section in the settings called AI, so you can just go and see the long list. Yeah, was it on?
It's on.
Yeah, it's on by default.
So let's send me a text message. Let's test this out right here live. What should happen?
I tell you what. Okay, did you take any photos of that in San Francisco? With it in San Francisco? Did you take photos of it?
No, why? What do you mean?
I'm just asking. I was going to send you a message similar to what they showed in the demo.
No, why don't you say? Why don't you send me a text saying, "Hey, how was the Formula One? Send me photos. Send me your best photo." Because that theoretically should. Shouldn't it?
Yep.
Make sure it's a text message, not a WhatsApp.
An RCS.
Yeah. Because the idea here is that someone says something and it says, "Oh, let me help you answer that." Let me help you out, rather than you having to open an app.
Okay, so I'm typing. How was the F1 in Melbourne?
Yep.
Send me some photos.
Yep. And so theoretically, my phone should go, well, he wants to see photos. I should make it possible we haven't sent any other text messages. There's not going to be anything else in my thread here, is there? Just in terms of...
There you go. That's sent.
All right. It's just come through. Stand by. You ready? I'm going to go top down. I'm going to open it up.
My number doesn't come up, mate.
No, it doesn't. Nothing. There's nothing. Nothing. Zero zip.
Yeah, right. And you got Now Nudge turned on.
Now Nudge is turned on.
Yeah, right. Okay, send me one back saying, are you free for lunch on March the 18th or something, whatever.
Lunch on March 18. ? Sent.
There you go. So my responses here is, hang on.
Where are you going, bro?
It's the responses they've offered is yes.
Yeah, but that's just autocorrect.
No, but no, there's no calendars surfaced.
See, the point is it's meant to bring up...
Although it's underlined, so if I click it, no, it's just letting me view or copy.
Fair.
Yeah, right.
That's just standard
so
fair.
No, there's no... Because in the other one, do you remember in the demo, the calendar here and the photos
this happened
were there?
last year. There was some things they demoed that never really... that weren't available early on. I'm like, guys...
Are they doing an Apple here?
This stuff has...
Showing stuff that they haven't delivered yet?
It feels that way. Like, put it this way.
Is there a software update? Let me just see if there's a software update.
I won't be mentioning Now Nudge in my review because it isn't a thing.
Well, I mentioned that it didn't work for me.
By the way,
it was great.
By the way, I have turned on the Now bar, so I used the Now
briefing. Now briefing, yeah.
So I've used it. I'm using it.
Yeah, that's easy. Yeah,
it's got a lot of that stuff, so it knows who I am.
That works.
Why isn't it giving me other
software update? See if there's a software update. Check for updates. One UI. Did you notice there's one UI 8.5 as well? Because 8.5 is the S series, and the 9 will be Fold.
Right.
And then it'll be 9.5, and then 10. That's how they go. So they update it for the Fold and for the Galaxy S.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, look, it's a great phone. Is it that vastly better than the S25?
No, it's not. I wrote, if you don't, unless you desperately want privacy display, and if you've got an S25, don't rush to get this one.
Yeah, but
if you've got a 24 or something older, then think about it.
And look, all credit to them for privacy mode. It's the privacy display is a phenomenal bit of technology. The fact that it works is amazing.
Within 12 months, it'll be a feature on a lot of other phones.
Reckon?
They'll reverse engineer the hell out of it, and they'll have their own name for it, of course, but everyone goes, oh, that's a great idea, let's have that. And it'll be called some other mode or whatever.
Yeah.
But Samsung were first.
Yeah. Simple as that.
Yeah,
they did it first. So
no, I rate it, and I've been using it for 2 weeks as my daily driver.
Same.
Battery's great.
It's a bloody massive phone, honestly.
Yeah, it's good.
I picked up the iPhone and went, oh, thank God, a little phone again. 6.1.
Are you back on that?
No.
Are you still got a review this year?
I'm using the Samsung because I'm probably going to be on Android now for months. There's so many coming out, so it's just easier to stay in Android without having to pop back and forth.
Of Android,
we're going to do that, are we?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
What? I need my notes.
You know it? The phone 4A.
The phone 4A and the phone 4A. What's the other?
4A Pro 949. And I've already got them, but I haven't put my SIMs in them yet.
So Harry uses a nothing phone, loves it to bits. And
you say, what's that, Harry? And you go, nothing.
Yeah. Stupid joke.
I love that. I love it.
The 4A has the glyph matrix is like it looks like a decibel bar, like rings up and down and things. Whereas the 4A Pro has the large glyph matrix.
The matrix.
With kind of bigger pixels.
Yeah.
And
so I could, if you ring me, I could put loser in there, or okay. Yeah. I could put TL or whatever.
Yeah. You can put a photo.
I could personalize it.
In my review of the last one, it's a photo of you in the glyph matrix.
How handsome.
Because when you send a message, and I do struggle with their whole idea of we're trying to get people away from their screens by putting another screen on the back, which means that you don't need to. Like the idea is you look at it and you know what it is.
No, you got a message from someone,
without having to look at your screen. That's not really reducing people's screen time. Let's be real.
I do respect the fact that nothing are a bit out there in terms of their design.
Oh, 100%.
They've got
they've gone soft pink as well. Did you notice that?
Oh, yeah, they have too. Yeah, yes. But I do like the fact that their phones look so different to any other phone.
Yeah.
They've got the transparent rear panels and different sort of camera arrangements, and the whole even the interface is a little bit different. It's still Android, but they've got their own skin on it that makes it look wildly different to anything else.
Yeah. No, it does. It's a nice looking thing, but just they had the last year or the year before they had this Essentials button, and the idea was you could push it and it would remind you of things, like you took a screenshot.
Yeah.
Like, mate, I just think
got that?
I think it's I think so. I just think it's a layer. It's a new thing, and unfortunately, it's motivated by goodness, but it's just an extra thing.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
I'd love to know how many people have actually used it.
But mate, they make great phones.
Yeah,
good quality,
good quality devices, good build quality. Yeah, they're headphones too. The headphones they released too. The headphones.
What's your quote at the start of the show?
What?
What's your quote in the intro?
Remarkable.
No.
What?
In the intro to this show, it's on the. It's on the cartoon.
Not a bad price.
Not a bad price.
Yeah.
And what do I say?
Handy device. Really handy device.
You said quality device. Yeah. Okay, I thought it was a really handy device.
What do I say? Price, or do I say handy device? I say handy device, don't I?
Anyway, the headphones are upgraded. The Nothing Headphone A.
Yeah, but there are the other Pro ones, I think, that are it's not quite. This is the sort of the sub level.
Yeah.
But again, it's transparent ear cups and
they
square
love a
ear
good
cups,
look, and you can probably take those ends off and change them. And
good on them.
They make some good stuff, and it's quality.
It's only $340 to $350. And it's got active noise cancellation and everything, $349. Pretty good. Much ado about nothing. Is that right?
Stop.
I'm rattling off all my headlines.
I can't. You
can have a lot of fun with it. I remember working at News the Minute. They used to say, have a bit of fun with it. If you write a story or write a headline, have some fun with it. And that often the results are pretty good, other times not so good.
There it is, Stephen.
But you've got to have a go.
Has had a go, and I don't know whether you think it fell flat on the floor. I did. Anyway, he got to talk about porn earlier, and it's Boogie Nights week on the best movies you've never seen.
How appropriate! It's porn week for the two blokes. We've talked about porn on the show, and our movie in the best movies you've never seen is Boogie Nights. Now,
I can't wait for you to watch this with me.
Paul Thomas Anderson, 3 Oscar
All-star
nominations,
cast, Burt Reynolds,
great cast. I enjoyed it, but will Trevor enjoy it? Is he into this sort of movie?
Download in this podcast feed on Saturday morning, or you can subscribe directly on the Best Movies You've Never Seen podcast feed. It'll come out every Friday for you there. And, of course, the EV show every Monday. Tech Guide on Tuesday, EFTM on Wednesday, this show every Thursday, and the private feed on Friday. We'll look forward to joining us for the private feed tomorrow. Stephen, until next week.
Until next week.
See you later, buddy.
Goodbye.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.